Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel War Front Stories. Today, we are diving into one of the most dramatic and decisive naval responses in recent memory. It's the story of how the United States Navy counterattacked immediately after a devastating dawn ambush, and how their ships, aircraft, and crews demonstrated incredible resilience, technology, and tactical brilliance under extreme pressure. This isn't just a tale of firepower, it's about design, performance, safety features, and the unique aspects that make these naval giants not only survive attacks, but strike back with overwhelming force. By the end of this review, you'll see why the U.S. Navy's response shocked the world, and how its unmatched engineering and strategic superiority allowed it to reclaim dominance on the seas. From the outside, the U.S. Navy's fleet appears as an intimidating wall of steel and technology spread across the ocean's surface. The exterior of an aircraft carrier and its escort destroyers is not just about size, but also about presence. Towering decks, radar domes, missile batteries, and defensive systems all give the impression of floating fortresses. During the dawn ambush, this exterior was put to the ultimate test. Enemy missiles streaked across the sky, drones swarmed low over the waves, and torpedoes cut through the water. Yet the U.S. Navy's design was never meant to merely intimidate. It was built to absorb punishment, adapt instantly, and respond with precision. Every layer of armor, every radar array, and every weapons mount came into play. On the outside, what seemed like chaos quickly transformed into controlled retaliation, with missile silos opening, defensive guns blazing, and aircraft taking off despite smoke and fire still rising from the decks. Inside, the story was even more intense and reveals just how much thought goes into naval interior design. The interior of these vessels is far more than corridors and cabins. It is a labyrinth of command centers, war rooms, advanced control hubs, living quarters, engineering decks, and medical bays. During the ambush, the Combat Information Center became the heart of the counterattack. Screens flickered with radar pings, sonar traces, and threat alerts as officers and sailors scrambled to assess incoming targets. The coordination inside felt like the bloodstream of the ship, with commands flowing through communication systems to every deck. Engineers deep below kept the engines roaring at maximum performance despite impacts and shockwaves. Damage control teams moved through tight interior hallways, sealing hatches, containing fires, and ensuring vital systems stayed online. Medics worked rapidly in infirmaries treating injuries from shrapnel and explosions, while officers in the bridge issued precise counter-strike orders. What makes the interior of U.S. Navy vessels extraordinary is how self-sustaining they are in battle, designed to function like a living organism under attack. Even in smoke-filled conditions, backup power systems, redundant communication lines, and hardened command modules kept the fleet fully operational. The interior, while unseen by the outside world, was the true backbone of the Navy's counterattack. Performance is where the U.S. Navy demonstrated its superiority in the counterstrike. The ambush was meant to cripple and overwhelm, but within minutes, performance systems across the fleet shifted from defense to offense. Carrier-based aircraft were scrambled with astonishing speed, taking to the skies in coordinated squadrons. F/A-18 Super Hornets streaked off the flight deck, with missiles armed, electronic warfare jets jammed enemy radars, and surveillance drones extended the Navy's eyes far beyond the horizon. Destroyers and cruisers unleashed Tomahawk cruise missiles, targeting enemy launch sites with pinpoint accuracy. The speed at which the Navy transitioned from absorbing an attack to launching one of their own highlighted the unmatched performance of both crew and machine. Propulsion systems allowed the fleet to reposition quickly, creating optimal strike angles while minimizing vulnerability. Radar-guided weaponry tracked dozens of simultaneous threats, destroying drones mid-air and intercepting missiles in real time. The performance wasn't just about sheer firepower, but about adaptability, the ability to use every tool from jets to submarines in synchronized harmony. Safety features played a massive role in ensuring the Navy could strike back effectively. Every vessel in the U.S. Navy is equipped with layers of defense, not only for combat, but also for survival. The ambush tested these features to their limits, with missile interceptions, electronic countermeasures, and point defense systems working in unison. Close-in weapon systems, SEALs roared to life, spitting streams of metal into the sky to shred incoming threats. Advanced Aegis radar detected threats from hundreds of miles away, giving sailors precious seconds to react. Interior compartments are designed with watertight integrity, preventing flooding from spreading if a hull is breached. Fire suppression systems kicked in automatically in areas hit by shrapnel or burning debris, saving both crew and equipment. Safety drills, often practiced to exhaustion by sailors, now translated into real action. Damage control units were on scene within seconds, patching leaks, venting smoke, and isolating damaged circuits. These safety features weren't just about keeping the ships afloat. They ensured the fleet had the resilience to keep fighting even while under fire. What makes the U.S. Navy truly stand out are its unique selling points, the qualities that no other Navy can match. First, the sheer scale of coordination between carriers, destroyers, submarines, and aircraft makes it a global force unlike any other. No single ambush, no matter how well coordinated, can overwhelm such a layered defense and offense system. Second, the Navy's cutting-edge technology, stealth fighters, hypersonic missiles in development, electronic warfare dominance, ensures it is always a step ahead of adversaries. Third, the human factor. Sailors trained under extreme conditions, drilled for every imaginable scenario, capable of turning chaos into structured retaliation. Unlike other navies, the U.S. fleet carries not just weapons, but also the logistics, medical facilities, and repair systems needed to stay at sea indefinitely. In the Dawn counterattack, these unique selling points became clear. The enemy may have had surprise on their side, but the Navy had endurance, reach, and dominance. If one were to ask about the price of such power, the answer is both literal and figurative. Literally, the cost of a U.S. aircraft carrier runs into billions of dollars, with destroyers and submarines each representing multi-billion-dollar investments. The price of the aircraft, missiles, and advanced radar systems stretches into staggering figures. But the figurative price is perhaps even greater: the relentless training of sailors, the sleepless nights, the risks of facing hostile waters every day. Yet, in the heat of the counterattack, that price proved justified. The sheer might of the U.S. Navy doesn't come cheap, but it guarantees that when challenged, the response is immediate, overwhelming, and decisive. In conclusion, the Dawn ambush may have been designed to cripple the fleet, but it instead showcased the very best of U.S. naval engineering, strategy, and resilience. From the imposing exterior of its vessels to the vital, self-sustaining interior systems, from the breathtaking performance of its aircraft and weapons to the safety features that saved countless lives, the U.S. Navy turned disaster into dominance. Its unique selling points, scale, technology, and human discipline, once again proved why it remains the most powerful Navy in the world. And while the monetary cost is immense, the counterattack unleashed at Dawn demonstrated that this investment ensures unmatched global security. The world was shocked not just by the ambush, but by the lightning speed, precision, and strength of the U.S. Navy's counterattack. That is the lesson of this battle. Surprise may begin the fight, but resilience and superiority will always end it.